Let's do a full face of makeup with black packaging. First, we're going in with the Ardell Brow Glue. I know, don't yell at me. The packaging is not completely black, but it does have a black cap, so it counts. This is the world's strongest brow gel. Brow glue is the perfect name for it because sometimes you have to wash your brows multiple times to get this fully out. And for primer, we're using the Huda Beauty Easy Blur Primer. We're going in with the Dior foundation stick. I haven't used this in a while, so I hope it's the right shade. I always forget how pretty this foundation is. Like, even though it's a stick foundation, which I normally don't like for my dry skin, it's so creamy. And it always just melts into the skin so easily too. Also from Dior, I'm gonna go in with their contour stick. Pretty sure is like the same formula, if not just very, very similar as the foundation stick. They're both very creamy and buttery formulas. This is like a really cool toned contour stick. And it does an amazing job at sculpting my face. Like, I feel like my face just looks so much more like chiseled. And for blush, we have the Nude Sticks Cream Blush in the shade Juicy Melons. And I'm actually just realizing I've never used this before. I've used the Nude Sticks blushes before, obviously, but I've never used this shade. It's like a really pretty like reddish pink color. The concealer that I chose that had all black packaging is this one from Make Beauty. This is their Skin Mimetic Concealer, and it is such a beautiful, like, natural looking concealer. Hailey Bieber actually uses this concealer in a lot of her videos. If you ever see her using a concealer with like the black cap, it's this one. We're gonna set the face with the YSL powder because it has a black cap. This is in their new pink shade, and I love how much this brightens up the under eyes. It's also so blurring. The Stay Setting Powder also has black packaging. I'm gonna use this powder to set the rest of my face. I've just been loving like the radiant glow that this gives the skin while also blurring out the skin at the same time. It's so pretty. I don't know how this is gonna look, but for powder bronzer, I have this NARS light reflecting setting powder. They sent it to me in a deeper shade, so I put it in my bronzer drawer. It's in the shade Sable. It's actually looking so pretty. I've never used the NARS light reflecting pressed powder before because they sent the wrong shade. It has a really beautiful like glow to it that is reflecting the light in the most beautiful way. And I feel like because it's a setting powder, it's not super pigmented, so it's looking really natural on the skin. I also don't think I've ever used this powder blush before either. This is the Armani blush in the shade 61. And this one looks like it's a glowy blush formula. Some of the Armani blushes are glowy and some of them are matte. I don't even know what color I would call this blush. I never really use blushes this shade, but it's really pretty. I have no choice but to line my eyes with black eyeliner. All of the eyeliner that has black packaging is also black eyeliner. I much prefer brown on my eyes. Eyeshadow pencil. It's in the shade Marble, and I have been loving this. Like, look at how pretty that is. Especially on the inner corner. It does a really good job at just brightening up your eyes. And for setting spray, we obviously have to go with the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. There was a lot of black packaging options for mascara, but the best option was a YSL Lash Clash waterproof mascara. It's one of my favorite mascaras. For the lip combo, I went with the MAC Whirl lip liner. I had a hard time finding a lip gloss with black packaging, but I did find this glossy balm from Colleen Rothschild in the shade Bisou Bisou. And here's the finished makeup look. What do we think?